Last time we beat Cresselia. Now, we're on chapter 10, and everything is going to be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. Okay. What's up, Jaguar? I love the Twitch default smiley face emoji so much. I don't know why. What's up, Gemini? Alright, so right here, I actually meant to talk about this last stream near the end, but you know, we this is a very like this is a very jarring shift, kind of, right, for the main character. Hopefully this is, you know, I don't really hear a lot of people talk about this, so I don't know if this makes sense, and I don't want to totally over-explain everything, as I've said before. But we wanted to, like, you know, immediately after the Cresselia thing happens, switch immediately to stage 1, which is denial, as a, you know, that's gonna show up in the main character's dialogue for the next couple days here. The immediate shift to stage 1 denial. What's going on here? Yeah, yeah, Gemini. And of course, the question that, therefore, we're trying to present by doing that is, you know, what is happening? Why is there, you know, why is there this sense of grief going on? And, I guess that's to what I was saying earlier. I think that's pretty explicitly answered later in the game. I think, but I don't know. I'm also the person that wrote it, so maybe it's just more clear to me. So here we go, day 1. Doing bullshit side missions. Doing Beach Cave. I'm gonna try and roll and get another one tomorrow, I think. We're grieving over the Paris from yesterday. Exactly. He got smoked. He got smoked. There's no question about that. Yeah, 2 days ago, same shit. What are my moves right now? I don't think I learned anything good. Yo! The Twitch bots are here. That means the stream's poppin'. That means the stream's poppin'. This website's so shit, dude. This is why, I think I've talked about this before, but this is like... so much of the reason why I don't use Twitch that much anymore. Because this shit was a problem, like, 6 or 7 years ago. And they still haven't fixed it. It's so fucking stupid. What's wrong with this website? Oh, right, I got Bubble and Bubble Beam. So, yeah, the game's about to be over. The game's about to be over, because Piplup... Haters say that Piplup's not the most broken shit in this game, but wait until you see Bubble plus Bubble Beam. Motherfucker is about to get melted. Motherfucker's about to get melted, and that's a fact. Not a problem, it's free follows. You know what? That's a very good point. Very good point. I don't have a retort to that one. So So yeah, so here's a little conundrum with Chimchar, right? It's, do I want to keep the high PP move, which is Scratch, or should I just, I don't know, give him double Fire Stab, possibly. I don't know, I'm probably just gonna keep this set. I kind of don't like having only 2 links, because I know I'm gonna burn through PP really, really quickly. But I don't know. Let me see. Delink that. Bot showing up in my chat break with auto scroll forced me to refresh and get an ad. That's how they get you. That's how they get you. They're going to get their ad plays. One way or another. How much PP does Ember have? Does it say? 15. You know what? Wait, that's the wrong... I hit the wrong guy. What the... It wouldn't be Twitch if it was good. Socrates said that once. It wouldn't be Twitch if it was good. Oh, shit, man. So, we're gonna get some fighting types coming up pretty soon here, so I think I am going to put on Peck. But also, there's electric types in this dungeon, so maybe I don't want to do that. I think I'll actually keep what I had and just have my double links, and, you know, PP is probably gonna be a problem. Hopefully not. Maybe I can just buy some elixirs here for the short term. I think Piplup's gonna get, more options coming up here soon. Fairly soon. Lock-on specs. That's really tempting, but I will pass. Oh, right. I probably have things to sell, also. And or store. Oh yeah, 2 TMs. Got a link box, let me store that. Not using that trash, I'm not using that. Does Zatu start saying his spooky message now? No, that is in chapter 13, 8X. I did not forget about that one. That is so funny to me that, so when that was first released, for everyone else in chat, how I talked about the anonymous feedback form thing before, 8X was someone who filled that out. Then he explicitly referenced the one Zatu line in chapter 13. Which, it's very, very, very easy to miss that. I was quite surprised that, someone bothered to look for it within, like, 1 day of that build being out, but... No. Yeah, we're gonna get to that when we get to it. We got Beach Cave. We got some more, side mission stuff. Side mission, filler mission days. The other thing, too, we wanted to keep these ones in to an extent just because, wanted to account for the possibility that people get really fucked up on the expedition, and they get cleaned out of all their items, right? So, having a couple of these, like, side mission days here is just a way for the game to say, like, hey, if you have no items, this is... not only should you have items going into the next dungeon, we are going to have a couple of these extras in here to make sure that you are going to have items. And same thing for leveling as well, because Amp Plains, which is the next dungeon, there is a difficulty spike here. Because the tutorial is over, might I remind you. The tutorial's over, there's going to be a difficulty spike, so if you're the type who wants to grind to get past that, The opportunity is there. Same logic as with like the having this section before Waterfall Cave Applewood. Kind of the same reason. So there's that. I forget if there is a cutscene every night up until Team Skull leaves their letter behind. Okay, yeah. So this is around the start of this is our third session, right? Our third like segment of the game that we're making, right? We made up until Apple Woods, and then that's one version that got released. Up to Cresselia, that's one version that got released. Here's the next version. So again, we're gonna start getting a little extra thrown into the cutscenes. Here, there's a lot more spamming of particular usage of the BGM, and there's gonna be a lot of cut the music entirely. Again, to the point where it kind of became like a meme within the team of like we're cutting the music for a dramatic line like every scene, but I mean, I don't know. This is where shit starts going down. So I don't know. I feel like it's warranted. From what I remember, most if not all the times. I guess I'll see if I change my mind playing through here. Chimchar, we didn't do anything wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. Who are you convincing of that? Who are you making this statement to? So here's this scene. This is I talked about this last stream, but we literally the only reason Zubat's not here is because we were like, oh, people think that he's dead, so wouldn't it be funny if he wasn't on screen for a couple lines and then he showed up later? And that's it. That's the joke. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Freezes? No voice acting. Oh, I'm leaving ASAP. Space exclamation point. My PMD voice acting days are over. It was over for me probably like 5 years ago or some shit. Was the last time I could really get into that. And then well, that's not true, because when I did Mastery Dungeon a couple years ago, I was getting into it with Gates to Infinity, but that's just because that's a good game, you know what I mean? And Super as well. Damn, I guess I'm young enough for it. Prime voice acting years. A Grovile voice hit though. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So there's that. Team Skull. They're back. Ah, we're gonna be doing that. Crazy analysis facts have I missed? I mean, a lot, but I just repeat myself all the time, so you're probably gonna hear all of it again. We're going into town. So we're in stage 1 denial, right? And because again, we always assume that because we're making a fan work, because we're making a ROM hack, you will never ever ever get the benefit of the doubt, and you always have to prove yourself whenever you do anything. So, here is going to be a scene where it is reiterated that yes, you know, this is stage 1 denial. Right here with Meryl and Azuro. BGM cuts again. Yeah, we really do it a lot. if it's already happened twice before the dungeon even happens, jeez. And just cut right back in. Well, it's time for us to get going. I love Meryl. Meryl's very Meryl's one of those where I would have liked to find a good excuse to put those two in the game more, but whatever. BGM cuts give the idea like you're going off script almost, and the cut-ins like the world trying to get itself back on track. That's kind of the idea that we were going for, yeah, a little bit. Especially in that scene, right? Because that's one that's a lot of that's ripped from Explorers of Sky. By the way, I'd like to point out, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna pass on that. I was gonna say something stupid that didn't have to do with the game, so I will pass on that. Forget I said that. BGM cut equals record scratch. So you're wondering why I'm acting like this? Yes, correct. Jeez. The one thing that still gets me, I don't have intimate knowledge of the Sky script, so I legit cannot tell the difference between where Spirit starts and Sky ends during some scenes. Some scenes I swore were totally custom, and then we're just in vanilla. It's wild. That is, to me, that is a huge compliment, because we were trying very hard to, because, like I said at the very start, right, it's the balance of, we needed to have it be, if you get it and you know there's a difference, and you know like exactly what words were changed, these things are big hints to you know, like huge foreshadowing for what's gonna happen. But if you don't, we don't want it to be just distracting and like you're left out of the joke, that type of idea, because I don't think anyone likes that. So it has to still be a you know, a coherent scene without having this this extra background knowledge. Now, we do break this rule, especially once we start getting into like chapter 14 and stuff like that. But the way we justified it there is that, like, I think if you played Sky 10 years ago, you probably remember the future arc. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's the distinction. Or you probably remember the ending of Sky, assuming that you played the post-game. And even if you didn't, we just replay that scene for you in case you forgot. So, you know, stuff like that. What floor am I going? 4th floor. Another thing I had written on here that I was supposed to talk about yesterday. About Darkrai. What we want to make very clear, and the way that this part of the game unfolds the way that it does, it's just kind of my... this is gonna sound stupid, but this kind of my philosophy on a lot of villains and threats in games in general. You know, I think it's really easy in JRPGs to kind of to fall into the pattern of destroy God at the end of the game while kind of forgetting all the steps in between that lead to killing God being the conclusion of a lot of these games, right? And so to that point, what we want to make very clear in that Darkrai Giratina scene is that Darkrai isn't threatening because they're strong. They're threatening because they're a manipulator. You know, it's not their physical strength at all. And really, you have absolutely no idea what his physical strength even is up until the very end of the game. You know, and that's something that you never get to see. But ideally, we want him to still feel threatening, almost by proxy, right? Because if for no other reason, because I think that's something that is, you know, to the average person maybe hits a little harder, right? Like, I don't think a lot of people in real life are just going out on the street and fucking fighting people. You know, it's a little less relatable than focusing on the other aspects of the character. So there's that. Now we got another bed scene. So I forgot it was in this scene. It doesn't say anything important. It doesn't say anything important. It's just there to fuck with you. Again. It's just there to fuck with you, basically. It's just main character asking a bunch of questions about, like, it's all the thoughts that are swirling through their head right now, and how they're so because the control is gone for them, right? In terms of there are variables that are out of their control. Darkrai has entered the picture. He's moving the chess pieces in the background here, and then that's just everything that they're constantly thinking about in their head. So um, I mean, if you want, I mean, this is recorded, so if you want to, you can look back in the VOD and like pause on there. But it doesn't say anything that you actually need to know. You just need to know that he's asking questions. And then, of course, he doesn't communicate that to Chimchar. Okay, weirdo. Yeah, that's the other intention, definitely, Gemini, of every once in a while we like to just kind of throw in these little like wake up call moments. I feel like in this part of the game, I might be wrong playing through it, but I feel like we had a goal to chill out on the shock value a little bit, because I felt like we didn't need to. Like, I thought that just how Chapter 9 ended was good enough to where we didn't need to constantly rely on that, but there's a little bit of that still coming in, like with that tiny bit there, but not making that the entire big focal point of the scene necessarily. It's just something that kind of jolts you back, because these next couple lines are going to be important, you know? I think that's a powerful thing, right? Yeah, it smacks the taste out of your mouth. That's a good way to put it, yeah. So anyways, Metacham's line, just reminding you, hey, remember that. And part of why that's here is because, again, this chapter would have released like 3 or 4 months after Metacham says that line. So this is weird. I'm wondering, for the people who played this game all in one go, does it feel like it's a episodic game, or does it feel like it's sequential? Because that line, for example, I bet that seems weird that the partner's reminding you like 20 minutes after the first time you saw that line. But I guess I never really thought about that before now. But whatever. Was I really supposed to understand myself better than someone else? Can understand me? Give me a break. Well, that's good that it didn't seem episodic to either of you. Oh, man. What was the reminder? When he was saying, hey, do you remember when Metacham said, however it's worded, like, you know what it is. I think that was the line. Talking about, like, main character says, what? Why is my aura hot? And then Metacham's like, you know why. Have a lot to say about this scene, so I'm going to read chat first. Gemini says, you gotta understand the target demographic. These games treat the player like they have a 5-second attention span sometimes. Yes, that is the worst part of this game. One time I did a playthrough of this game on stream, and we had a counter. We had a counter somewhere on screen for every time there's a flashback. By the end of the game, we were over 100. Over 100 flashbacks. And, that's just through the credits. That's not even doing post-game. Jaguar says, and I had no idea of there being a release schedule and knowing that there was a demo. Okay, yeah. I think it was fine to reiterate a little if I haven't recently. I says, I feel like I was getting reminders all the time. Gemini is also 5 minutes to the players, like 2-3 days for the characters, so it seems fair. That was our excuse, yeah. Partner did it like every night. Yeah, this thing that happened today that was crazy. I only remember like 5 flashbacks. Yeah, we don't do flashbacks that much just because of that fact. Like, we thought that even though flashbacks aren't bad, I think the fact that this is in the Explorers of Sky engine, you don't get a lot of leeway using flashbacks because people immediately think, Oh my god. Fuck. I remember how many flashbacks there were in this game. They immediately get PTSD for that shit. So I think you gotta be really, really careful. Because, again, this isn't making a game in a vacuum. This is making a ROM hack. So people are going to have that knowledge of the original game going in, which is kind of a core principle of the whole hack, really, obviously. But, that applies to the techniques that we use. So anyways, Chat Wigglytuff scene. There's going to be a lot of these. We called this the, this part of the game, a lot of things happen. The main character is in, they begin the grieving. Darkrise pulling the strings in the background. And there's going to be a lot of kind of miscellaneous characters that come up as well. But more than anything, we consider this the Chatot part of the game. We think that Chatot is like the not the main character because you don't control him, and there's not like that many scenes with Chatot, but he's kind of the focal point of these couple chapters of the game, or internally, that's how we thought about it. And, it's not because of how often he's in the plot, but just the general ideas that we want to bring forth have a lot to do with Chatot and the way that his character is going and the kind of background he has, etc. And also, he gets a decent amount of scenes here. So, yeah. So, Wigglytuff. This is another one of those. This is another one of those things where, trying to think of how I want to word this sentence. If you have the knowledge, because Wigglytuff having this stance is actually pretty much directly ripped. Like, this isn't an inference that we make really at all. This is almost directly ripped. I think this line here, like nearly word for word, from the end of the original game during the I want to say the Darkrai section. When God, I wish I remember exactly where that was from. But whatever. When there was very first rough draft whatever going on in pre-planning, I was looking through every cutscene in the game again because that's what you do. You have to know your source material before you start making a ROM hack. And I got to that line of Wigglytuff saying the line that was almost exactly worded like this, and I'm like, "Ooh, that's fucking brilliant." I'm like, "Ooh, that's brilliant. We could do something with this established lore in game." Wigglytuff is the practices radical empathy, I guess is how I'm gonna word that. Radical empathy. And contrasted with Chatot, who is very my way or the highway, right? I need that bumper sticker. BP says, I thought the chat focus was pretty good. Felt like it brought the character development from Sky that happened off screen to the forefront, and it was better. Yeah, that's the other half of it. I just like Chatot. I think he's a really well-written character in the original game. But it's, it's kind of a little... It feels like a little bit of an opportunity was lost having so much of his development happen off screen. It leads the Brian Cave conclusion to his arc is the natural logical conclusion to where he's going. But it seems like a lot of how he gets there is off screen and inferences, which it's weird because Chatot's on screen a lot in the first half of Sky, a lot. Like Chatot's the like the character that's on screen most, aside from the main character and the partner. But he just goes away when he's having his development. It's very weird. So we wanted to try to fix that. I don't like using the word fix, considering, you know, Explorers of Sky is a fine game. I don't like the implication that it needs fixing. You know, I think that if you go into a fan work thinking, I'm going to fix these problems, maybe you're not going to attract people that already like the game, you know? You're fixing problems that maybe aren't problems to other people, that type of thing. But we wanted to expand on that, is how I'll word it. So anyways, go on, ask me what it is. No, I don't know. What's the reason? It's because they don't trust you. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. What reason do they have to not trust me? Those two just don't want to listen. They don't listen to you because they don't trust you. So, I passed over it, but, you know, the, how that conversation opened, I'm going to talk about this before moving on to the next one. I actually had way more written. I thought that scene was longer. Let me read chat first, before I get into my ramble. Gemini says, Wigglytuff is such a weird character. On one hand, he's a guild leader, somehow one of the strongest characters. Like, he's got some wisdom, or he must at least. At the other hand, he's a goofball who melts down without perfect apples and has the silliest idea of what a final exam means. It can't be easy to balance into a character to elaborate on. Au contraire, I think it's actually very easy, because with Wigglytuff, you could just cheat. And I think he was, this is another kind of in-joke that we had on the team. Wigglytuff's very easy to write, because you can have him do anything, and, you know, based on what's established in Sky, whoever's playing just has to go, oh, okay. Yeah, chaotic neutral, exactly. He could just do anything. Yeah. So, about that last scene, Wigglytuff, when talking to Chatot, says, why do you think they don't trust you, right? And he's going to be doing this multiple times with Chatot later on in the game. He's doing a thing that is called Socratic questioning, okay? I pasted in this this paragraph from my favorite source, Wikipedia, okay? Socratic questioning was named after Socrates. He used an educational method that focused on discovering answers by asking questions from his students. According to Plato, who was one of his students, Socrates believed that the disciplined practice of thoughtful questioning enables the scholar/student to examine ideas and be able to determine the validity of those ideas. Plato described this rigorous method of teaching to explain that the teacher assumes an ignorant mindset in order to compel the student to assume the highest level of knowledge. Thus, a student has the ability to acknowledge contradictions, recreate inaccurate or unfinished ideas, and critically determine necessary thought. And you know, it talks about, like, a teacher-student method, but this is also something that happens, you know, in a, because, you know, spoilers, I'm sure you guys figured this out if you played the game. There's a mental health angle in this game as well, especially in the second half. And this applies there as well, you know, so, it's definitely something that, I wanted someone in the game to directly do at some point, and I thought Wigglytuff was a perfect candidate because you know, I believe in these principles in real life, you know, and honestly, I think a lot of that structure is what this game in general is predicated upon. A lot of it, you know. So introducing the concept itself to, whatever, maybe someone's like unfamiliar with it or whatever. I think it's really important, to kind of gain a greater understanding of exactly what we're trying to say over the course of this game. So, let's see, what else? Right, about the chat thing, I have a bullet that says, we wanted to continue to acknowledge the merits of what chat is saying. And we needed to keep stressing that when the front-facing presentation of the narrative suggests so strongly otherwise. So, as a result, Chatot now shifts into the role of guy aligned with the meta-narrative that struggles to do right. Which, earlier in the game, this is kind of what the main character was, right? The main character was, guy who is clearly struggling to do right, clearly troubled in some way that it's not really elaborated on, not enough information to come to a reasonable conclusion. But the way that the narrative frames him is in such a way where you kind of want to root for the guy, hopefully. So now the main character, we are definitely taking the shine directly off of him in the next couple chapters, and it's going to get ugly real quick. And Chatot now takes this role of the person who is framed in a positive light. So we're switching it around. And I have here, the reason why we do this is that the weights needed to be managed after the Cresselia situation, because after the player did that, in the meta-narrative sense, the loyalties and thoughts of the player have most likely already shifted. So we were worried if we didn't do this aggressive framing of Chatot in a positive light coming up here, that it would create a little bit of the dissonance that we were trying to avoid earlier of, like, why are we trying to make the main character seem like a good guy? He's obviously an asshole, right? We were worried it was going to turn into that. So we wanted to kind of, like, go with what the player is inclined to think and have the presentation reveal that the main character is uglier, and then Chatot is just the opposite end of that. So there's that. Let me read chat. I don't have anything for this Darkrai scene, so I'll just press A every couple seconds. This is just Darkrai spoiling the rest of the game, basically. Gemini says, maybe the best way to describe Wigglytuff is a childlike wisdom, the sort of wisdom that comes from breaking things down to their simplest elements. Exactly, yes. Because, yes, every kid accidentally engages in the Socratic method because they keep asking why. Exactly. That's why we thought it was perfect for him to do that. Jaguar says, the mental health angle feels like it already started at this point in the game, with the main character beginning to dive into self-reflection, even though they reject what they see. Yes. BP says, what a PMD fanfic. Wigglytuff as Socrates and Chatot as Plato. Oh, man. I know y'all have never read a fanfic like that before. Gemini says, that is an interesting sleight of hand, actually. I never noticed it before. Chatot definitely needed it here. The Breland thing threw his character far enough into question that he needs some focus work. Also that, yes. What's the lore reason for Darkrai wanting to look at Giratina's ass? I don't know why people say that. He's, we wanted some kind of indication that, like, that Giratina would do some action, right? Because Darkrai's the puppet master there, right? So he's trying to, like, command Giratina to do something. Now here's the problem: we don't know how to make a custom animation. So what do? I don't know. Turn around. I don't know. Maybe he could tell him to do that. That's how we got there. A note for you waiting outside the guild. Oh, man. So anyways, the reason it comes up that way is because there's no immediate obvious story reason that Giratina needs to turn around. I suppose you're right. It must hurt you to know that Coughing and I won, actually. I love Team Skull. And Skuntank plays the moral superiority card there. I'm gonna use that the next time I go 0-2 in bracket. yeah, Skuntank on that note says, we may have lost, but it was a real close 0-2. He's talking to the TO, he's just like half listening, looking at his laptop. Yeah, Leave a letter at the hotel room. Fuck, man. Shit. So anyways, you know, we're gonna go fight Team Skull because the main character wants to, basically. Then here we have one of these moments where I hate these kind of tutorials. I think I said this last stream, and I don't like adding these in where it's just super blatant, like, do this thing. But I thought it was necessary because a lot of people don't use link moves in this game, and like I said before, that's kind of the expectation. And the reason why is just because I think they're cool. You know, that's really it. I think link moves are cool. I'm gonna go to Kecleon and see what he has. I just think they're cool, you know, and it's a shame that people play this game with Piplup and they're not shooting the double bazooka. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're playing the game wrong. If you're not shooting double bazookas, what are you even doing? You know, what are you even doing with your life? So it's very important to encourage people to do that. Yeah, gotta give them both barrels, exactly. And that's really it. Just because I think it's more fun, so I want to push players in that direction. This is a level where, now stop me if you've heard this story before. I'll level with you. Once I learned we were the angry MC, I specced into it and took Focus Punch. Okay. Back on the subject of balance. Back on the subject of balance, there's sometimes where I got feedback and I kind of like, you know, question a little bit of whether that kind of feedback is warranted. You know, like this dungeon, for example, had a lot of people say that it's hard. And then, so I start going in a conversation to try and figure out what the root of the problem is. And a lot of people, the conversation starts, I go, okay, who are you playing as? And they go, Shinx. I'm like, okay. So what are your moves? And then they're like, charge, spark, discharge, and then their last move is some other shit. And it's like, well, you know, what do you think's an amp plays? Like, you knew that it was 8 plays before you went in. So I don't know how, you know, I don't know if that's my fault of not catering to those people or not. But I got a lot of those type of complaints on this one. Because, yes, there's going to be some lightning rod in this one. Cater to them with a healthy dose of rocks. That's usually what we try to do, yeah. Yeah, same thing with Pikachu. This happened with the ground dungeon coming later too. A lot of Pikachu and Shinx players saying that the dungeon's bullshit, and then what I asked them is, I'm like, are you using Quick Attack? Are you using Slam? And every person, I won't say every person, but a very, very, very vast majority said, no, I am using only electric moves. Well, no shit, dude. You're gonna have problems in the fucking ground dungeon. That's kind of the point of us having of us having mono-type dungeons, right? Because we don't want 4 electric Pikachus to be the best strategy. This is kind of our counter to stab being as overtuned as it is in PMD, you know? Of like, maybe just keep 1 coverage move, you know? That was kind of the goal, because again, I think that's just more interesting than running only stab. So, same idea as with the links. We were trying to push people in that direction because, you know, the classic quote of like, people who play games will optimize the fun out of the game that they're trying to play, that type of thing. So we're trying to make sure people don't optimize the fun out of the game by making that stuff less optimal, you know? That's the idea. Literally Ash getting choked up by Onyx. You gotta learn it that way, I guess you could learn it that way. That's classic. And when I say this, by the way, this isn't me trying to be like, you know, gatekeeper elitist asshole, like, ha ha ha, you're bad at the game, whatever. It's not that. It's just, like I said before, the game is trying to push you in the direction of try these new things, and I do think it's going to be more fun. And that's something that I think is really the responsibility of the level designer to do, right? And that's what I think. It's supposed to encourage you to try new things, not demean you for losing, right? Because that doesn't, you know, that's very counterproductive, in my opinion. I think you're dying in 1. I'm doing shit tons of damage to these guys. I can't even lie. Oh, he lived that? Never mind. I should have shut up. Gonna get a little chip on. Oh, never mind. Oh, the double miss? Oh, oh. Yeah, this song is a classic, for sure. Damn, I'm missing everything. I'm gonna need to use about 25 elixirs in here, because I keep missing. So a couple other notes I went over a little bit. About the Team Skull scene from before. I said, these guys showing up again was primarily due to the fan response to the Applewood section of the game. We wanted to make it feel definitive and really conclude their role in the game, right? Because we already didn't plan to bring back Team Skull after Applewoods, but so many people were interested in the Zubat thing that we were like, okay. We should probably bring them back. But they're not coming back again, so we're gonna end their story for sure this time. You know, that's That's I think we accomplished that. There were some people who, after they beat this game, they were like, I don't get it. What happened to Team Skull? But not as nearly as many of those as people that were wondering what happened to Team Skull after Apple Woods. So I think it had some kind of effect. What else do I have? I said, we originally didn't want to do Ant Plains. Like, we had something else planned. And that was because after Chapter 8, you know, A New Path, the idea originally was going to be after that point, there are no more Explorers of Sky dungeons the rest of the game. That was the original idea. And it took a lot of this, like, fan pushing to get us off that idea. And it's like, okay, fine. You guys will get one more Explorers of Sky dungeon. You know, but to us that just created like this kind of dissonance from that idea that we had set up. But you know, maybe that's less important than doing a little bit of fan service here. So there's that. And we thought that since we're doing that, you know, make lemons out of lemonade. We could do something with that. And what we wanted to do was instead, we played up the denial part of the main character way more than what there originally was, because it's like, oh, wouldn't it be cool then if we're just like going back to how things used to be and we're going back to Explorers of Sky after the expedition? What if we had it so that the main character was in denial that things are different now, you know? And to us, you know, that's like we're screaming Kino at the screen while making the scene and all that good stuff. So, whatever. Is it actually Kino again? I don't know. I'm saying that like half jokingly, but you know, we try to make the best out of that. A lot of vacuum cuts. I wonder if there's a reason for that. I should probably have one of those. I have two of them. Damn. I should actually be picking all these up to sell them, now that I think about it, but... What else do I have here? Oh, nothing until after the boss. Yeah, I'm catching up on chat now that I got through that. 8X. On the topic of punishing for losing, everyone I talk to loves the update where you made it so the loss penalty is gone. Yes, that is something that we wanted in the game very early on, and we couldn't figure out how to do it, but End bailed us out. So shout-outs to that. Shout-outs to shout-out to End for that one, for bailing us out and getting that feature in. Because I think it just strictly makes the game better, right? Like, the game was... We made the whole game without having that feature in, you know? So it was designed around it, but even then, like, obviously that's something that makes the game easier, but who cares? Because it makes it better, you know? It makes it better. There's already a penalty to losing, which is that you have to redo the fucking dungeon. You know what I mean? That is the penalty, and, like, you know, there's a reason why, it's just standard practice in video games nowadays to not have things such as, say, like, that's actually not a good comparison, so I'm not gonna say it. But you know, the system is less discouraging, right? We wanted to have it feel like every time that you lose, it's not like, here is your punishment, you need to be better and overcome this unbeatable obstacle. It's just like, you were so close. You can do it. Just one more attempt. You know, we're trying to have more of that tone, I guess, with the game. You know, just one more attempt. You got it this time. You figured out all the enemies and all their quirks. You just need one more run. We're trying to keep them going for one more run, one more run, one more run. More discussion. Gemini says, it can easily be the start of a backwards slide where you keep losing and you lose the items that might help you get out of it. That too, especially because we have a fugitive segment coming up later in the game. And, you know, otherwise, it would be very easy to soft lock yourself there, right? If you're not someone who just automatically resets the game when you die. So, yeah, if for no other reason, it definitely helps that section out. Let me just swap out. Holy fuck. Holy shit, this guy's a threat. 47. Man. Fucking Pashirisu. Hold on. I was about to end my run. What is this shit? Oh, get out of here. Holy fucking Giga Threat Pachirisu. Oh my god, another one! Shit! Jaguar says, I really like how Team Skull's arc ended off. Skuntank's last match has really stuck with me, but we'll get to that. Yeah, it's coming up pretty soon. I like that line as well. I thought that one was a winner. I thought that one was a winner, and it was it's a very Skuntank way to go out, right? Or at least I thought so. BP says, removing the money penalty doesn't matter, though. It just makes the bank obsolete. Yeah, so that's just a technical limitation of you can't do one without the other. The game combines losing your items and losing your money into one flag. So, yeah, it does make the bank obsolete. But it's it's what had to happen to get rid of the item loss there. And I'm sure there's a way to get around it, but didn't know what it was at the time, so. Gemini says, the money loss would have been okay with, only because, yeah, the bank has no real function without it, but the items, I wish every game adopted you don't lose them bit. There says, the penalties mainly mattered to me because I kept dying doing high-rank outlaw missions like a bozo, trying to get those juicy explorer points. Gotta go for the rewards, you know. Hello. Kind of forgot that I'm a little water penguin in the in the electric dungeon, huh? Kind of just walked right into that. Kind of walked right into that, didn't I? Dungeon drops a decent amount of orange berries, though, so I think I'm good. AX says, by the way, this song is incredible. Fucking love it. We have a Kino scene coming up here. But first, AX says, it's interesting to take that approach since I know one hack dev who swears up and down around forced quick saves and all items lost upon failure. I think I know who you're talking about. And all I'm gonna say is that everyone can have their own philosophy. I am not saying that my way is the only way to do it. Obviously, that's fucking stupid. We're talking about art here. Everyone does it their own way. But, you know, if I'm making a game, I want to make the game that I want to play. And so it's gonna have that feature in it. You know what I mean? Ominous message. Far Ant Plains. In chat, when you got to that part, everyone in chat, did that hype you up or not? Because I wasn't really sure when we made that part, whether people were just going to be confused, or if that was going to be exciting, or if people were like guessing who that was, or what. I had no idea. But we kept it in anyways. Because fuck it. That's an oh shit, okay. Blowback orb, I want that. Fuck. I want that. Gimme, gimme. Boom, 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 boom. God, if I thought much about it, might went over my head. Okay. Oh, this guy's got Shockwave. That's pretty cool. If I growl, does that hit Kecleon? I'm not gonna risk that. Oh, damn! Okay. Oh, and I don't use my bolt? Ooh. Hoo, 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 hoo. Hell yeah. Here's maybe a long-form question to chew on. If you had the capability to do something like mid-dungeon cutscenes or any of the new fantasy stuff people figured out in Sky Temple since then, is there any one scene or moment you would have wanted to do differently? More than one. Let me see here. I think the main thing is, I don't know if this is really in the spirit of the question that you were asking necessarily, but I think that a lot of what we consider to be the big like set piece moment scenes, it kind of bothered me in the background that I know that like our choreography is very basic and rudimentary, and that there's a lot cooler stuff that you can do with you know, custom assets and way more sophisticated manipulation of all of the actors and stuff like that. But we never really did that, right? Because in a lot of these scenes, the question was like, okay, so we can take a week to learn how to do the scene, or we can just do the scene in a day and then spend the rest of that time getting feedback and polishing it, right? And to us, that second one's more valuable. But, of course, we never obtained more skills because we never took the time to stop and obtain more skills. It was always go, 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 go. Which is why this hack came out, and it's not in development hell still, because we had a plan and we said go, 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 go. But that's the cost of that, you know. And there's so many scenes that applies to, especially in like the future segment. Not the future, the dream world. It is the future, but you know what I mean. But that's really what it is. Stuff like dungeon interruptions. I mean, I don't know what creatively we really could do with that. I think dungeon interruptions are, I would say, to me, conceptually, they seem most powerful in conjunction with fixed rooms in the middle of a dungeon. The problem is, we weren't ever going to take very much advantage of that, because we pushed the fixed room limit of this game pretty hard, because of all the different bosses and all that shit that we add. So, and the dungeon limit and all that good stuff. I guess for dungeon interruptions, one obvious spot would be before all the Monster House floors. You know, just a quick little cutscene saying, "Oh no, there's a million fucking Remoraid," you know. Just something like that would probably be, you know, that'd be easy enough. You know, and I think it would it would get rid of a little bit of the shock factor, I guess, but would probably still be a little more professional looking. Thought it was about striving for authenticity given the nature of the hack. Like if they couldn't do it in vanilla, we can't do it here. Yeah, that's so we played around that fact, right? Like, we we try to hide our lack of skill, obviously. So yeah, it was kind of intended to leave it up to a little bit of interpretation there. But yeah, the truth is we're just not skilled. You know, the same reason why there's not a lot of custom assets. Like I said before, we try to write our way out of every problem we come across in this hack. Like, us not having a lot of assets, no problem. We'll write our way around every single one of them and come up with a reason for why assets are recycled every single time, you know? That's just our solution. And, you know, because we knew that limitation was there, you know, we went with this whole, like, retelling angle and whatever. Yeah, this layout sucks, Jaguar. Don't say retelling while you're playing. Sorry. Yeah, I realized that as soon as I said it. Luminous Orb. I want that. I want that. Drop the Blast Seed. Yeah, you say that. I think a lot of people see through that excuse. Maybe that's just me projecting a bit there, but all right, nice big brain play by Elekid there. At least to me, it's like, yeah, we could just say that, but you know, I don't think I'm a very good liar, you know? I don't think I'm a very good liar. I don't think it's very convincing to say, like, I could be doing all this fancy shit, but I'm not for the fucking culture. So, you know, I don't think anyone really buys that for too long. Particularly other hackers in the community, but that's a whole nother topic. You know, there's a lot of I'll just say there's definitely a difference between the enthusiasm between people who are and aren't actively involved with hacking, with how much they're impressed by this shit. That's all I'll say. So anyways, we got ant planes. Elekid's probably going to help out a decent bit here. Just have a little Paris meat shield. This is going to be Paris 2, folks. I'm not even entertaining the fact that Elekid is living this fight. Let it be known. He's dying. You're going back to the guild in about 10 seconds, bud. So yeah, we changed this fight compared to the original game by we buffed the stats of everyone, of you know, all the electric, and I think main electric a little bit, not too much. But in return, all the electrics back up one space. Which, in my opinion, I think this fight is actually easier than the Explorers of Sky version just because of that. You know, because the way I see it, I think the point of this fight in Sky was supposed to teach you how to crowd control. Like a little trial by fire. You better know how to crowd control or you lose. And that's fine, but, you know, if you're surrounded after the first turn, then I don't know. I just don't really like the general feel of the original fight and the flow of it. So wanted to make it so you actually have a chance to pick guys off before they surround you. Which is where this fight comes in. So gonna have L-Kid go after foes. And let's see here. Can't shockwave in here. Does Light Scream hit the whole team? Not in this game. That's super. Bye. Oh man. I always forget if orbs work. In the DS games, no, they don't. Let's see here. I am going to go ahead and get rid of this guy so I don't have to worry about him. That opens up the opportunity for me to switch positions later in the fight if I want to. Oh, that's perfect. Perfect! Elekid understood the assignment. Exact correct spot to stand. Thank you. Oh, this is brilliant. Oh, man. Alright. We're looking good here. Picking you off. Alright, looking good. So now, gonna go ahead and start growling. So that, oh, whoops. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I just wanted to growl. Didn't even matter, because Chimchar was doing so much damage. But the point of that was so that if Elekid uses, not Elekid, if Manectric used Spark there, it wouldn't one-hit kill me, was the long-term goal I was trying to get to there. So Elekid's dying for sure. Just go ahead and Flame Wheel all these guys, honestly. And I'm gonna go down here. Yeah, this is easy money for real. Goodbye. AX, I'm gonna let Elekid 1v1 right here. Oh! What can I say? He's a real champion. What can I say? He had the will to live. We'll take it from here. Music cuts out again. The ellipses, the double ellipses, and the long stare. I love this scene. This is one that I really like. Yeah, exactly. If there was a spaghetti western type of track, it would have gone here. Part of the framing of this scene is I just really like the idea of Skuntank framing himself as you know, how do I want to word this? Like calling out the justice complex or, you know, moral superiority, whatever, of someone else. That just seems like something that's very in character. And I thought that's like exactly where the story needed to go. And yeah, like Jaguar is saying, of course, when the fight starts, we have Team Skull on the bottom and you on top, because you are actually Team Skull's boss in this fight, essentially. So anyways, yeah, I really like how that scene came out. Fan of that one. So, little fun fact here. They actually have the same stats as in Applewoods. The same stats. The same stats. But, you know, there's a little psychology trickery that's going on here, right? Of where I've seen some people in playthroughs get to this fight and start panicking because you're not ready for 2 boss fights in a row. So sometimes you might lose, even though you're facing bosses that are underleveled against you at this point. Just because you panic, you know? That's kind of one of those little tricks of all you need to do is just realize that you are the boss and Skuntank sucks and you've already beat his ass once, and it's pretty much easy going. So as I say that, I get stenched there. I can't change his moves. Oh, that's actually annoying. Okay. Oh, he's gonna get free chip on me. Oh, hell nah. Oh, I'm actually getting punked. I'm getting punked. Fuck. Oh, shit. I'm getting punked. Oh! Oh, I'm getting punked now. Oh, shit. Oh, the stench cleared. Okay. We're good. Anyways, let's just flame wheel. Yeah, Elekid will carry, exactly. I don't have anything to worry about. Elekid, you're doing good over there. You're doing good. Walk over to Zubat specifically. Alright, now you get stenched. Well, I've had enough of your attitude. We're bringing out the double. We're bringing out the double shoddy right here. It's not really a shoddy because it goes across the whole room, right? But there we go. Yeah, we wanted to frame, like, I don't know if you guys see what I'm saying about the, you know, like, literally the way the camera is shot, right? The focal point in this scene is Skuntank. It's not you. You know, you're in the boss position. That's something that, like, once it was on screen, we just thought it was the fucking coolest thing ever. So whatever. The world already knows your secret. So here's a little more like blatant, a blatant little meta-narrative cheating here, where we bring up some Explorers of Sky shit that doesn't make any sense out of context, you know? And so, yeah, this is where we start really, really hamming up... Yeah, hi, Parker. We start really hamming up the dramatic irony, you know? And it gets really... It gets really, really, really played up, especially in, like, Chapter 14. And honestly, really everything after this, I would say. Like, leading up to. But Chapter 14, like, once Darkrai literally shows up, I think that's when it's the worst. You know, even... like, everyone else on the team, when they played through that part, they were... I'll talk about this more in detail when we get there, but like they were getting pissed off because like they're yelling at the screen like, "Come on, he's fucking Darkrai. He's not your dream guide. Come on," you know. Good times. Good times. It's very powerful, in my opinion. Yeah, it's the old Mephiles from Sonic 06. My name is Memphis, Tennessee. So now we're leaving Denial. I can't deny it any longer. His words, not mine. Gemini's saying, a bit surprised that MC didn't have a plan for the third attempt at the Stench Bomb, but I love that Skuntanku stops because of Zubat. Yeah, there's a couple moments like that where we just... You know, I said before, like, we prioritize in order, meta-narrative, then characters, then plot. And so the short answer for when stuff like that comes up is usually like, we thought it would just be cooler if he didn't do anything, you know? if it just happened to come up by chance, like the way it would be framed, we just thought that was a cooler result, basically. It helped those other two axes more, I guess. Yeah, and his plan is just to shoot off the double bazookas. Also, if they try and do that shit, he's just gonna shoot off the bazookas this time. That phrase is just nonsense, but why did Darkrai choose it? Oh, man. And, I thought that's where Meryl and Osriel showed up. I was about to say, cue the little kids. Cue the children running on the screen with the happy music. That's coming soon, though. Kick the baby. Oh yeah, right, because their names have to come up first, and then they show up. Obviously, the number one rule of writing. Hi, it's nice to see you. Hey, Nope, we didn't have any nightmares. Didn't you ask us that before? Oh, so he does do the... That's the second time he does that face. The one was, after Team Skull, after Applewood scene, and then that's the second one. Okay, well, I have to go now. Bye. Meryl is just such a joy. Such a joy, you know? I think a lot of kids in video games are shitheads, but Meryl is just wonderful. Anyways, another chat dot scene here. We got a good kick out of that one, too. We like the idea of Wigglytuff just doesn't change his behavior at all. He's the only one. Because of the radical empathy. That's Wigglytuff, baby. And why is that? Shout out answers the question, and then immediately follows with a counter to his own answer. No, Jaguar. Earlier in that scene, he said he talked to other people in the guild, and they reported to him that they were having the dream. Chata has not had the dream. It is only through secondhand accounts that he has been hearing about this. So, we bring up the name Armaldo right here, and you know, the hope being that's going to be a good pop-off, you know, and when we get to Treasure Town Ruins, that's going to be an indicator that, like, hey, this is the last dungeon of this section of the game, you know, because who doesn't like Armaldo, you know what I mean? Everyone likes Armaldo. He's cool. That's like one of the best written parts of the whole game, you know. I was wondering if the guild was just saying they had nightmares without clarifying. I forget if it's explicitly said in that screen, in that scene, but definitely implied that they're saying something along the lines of, like, we saw main character doing blah 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 blah. The details aren't it totally said everything about it, but so anyways, here's a Grovile scene. He hasn't really done anything in this game yet, and he's starting to get frustrated by that. You know, the first thing that Grovile says here. Again, Groviles are tethered to Explorers of Sky, and he is going to remind you that, damn it, I don't know how to solve this issue, I wish I could just do the same thing I did in Explorers of Sky. You know? Because every time Grovile is on screen, he has to bring up Explorers of Sky and what happened in the last game. As a core facet of it. And, you know, this is also just confirming the implication from before that based on him not interfering in the scene at Team Charm's hideout, in terms of just like dropping specific knowledge, this is us confirming that, like, yes, Grovile knows that the main character is not the same main character from Explorers of Sky. I mean, for some people, maybe if you were the person, like the player holding the controller, maybe you haven't even figured that out yet, but I would guess that most people have figured that out at this point. Like, depending on how much contextual knowledge you had going in and stuff like that, and what things you pick up on. But Grovile, at this point, like, he has figured it out, for sure. So that's... We just need to establish that very blatantly, because that's important information for everything else that he's going to do for the rest of the game. Team Charm comes back. Gemini says the Armaldo thing I had no prior knowledge of, so I got to be in the team's shoes for this bit. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I'm always curious if, when you're in a situation like that, how well it comes off. Because obviously you're missing some information, right? But is it just, like, incomprehensible? Or do you get the feeling like I'm probably not getting everything? Or however that goes. No heart emoji in that scene. We fucked up. No heart emoji in that scene. Damn. Okay. Okay. L. This scene we redid probably like 5 times until we got it just right. I remember. And mostly to try and sell this part. I think that was like a 3-second pause. Chapter 11, Another Side of the Forest. Oh, man. Man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. So anyways, Chatot's gonna do something really smart here. That everyone, when they play this game, their immediate thought is, wow, that was a really smart thing Chatot just did. Man. Jaguar. Notice Wigglytuff there. Then Chatot turns towards Wigglytuff like, what? Man. What? Why are you looking at me like that, Guildmaster? Alright, so there's that. So that last scene, what I said before about, like, this is Chatot's part of the game. That's kind of why, right? Like, you see what I mean? You know? And yes, as BP and Gemini both say, yeah, very obviously kind of us cheating a little bit there with how that moment is timed. But yeah, like Gemini's saying in that comment there, we know that's something that's annoying to people, and we try to play it up like in the meta-narrative sense. This is like audience loses favor for Chatot, right? Because A, he does something dumb. B, he is the person whose dialogue is portraying a dumb writer thing. That, oh, this is such a cliche. I don't like it. We are going to continue to put the spotlight on Chatot, and we just think we can get away with it because as the main character keeps going lower in favor, Chatot's still getting buoyed up. And if Wigglytuff has faith in Chatot, why don't you have faith in Chatot? That's kind of what we were thinking with that angle of it. And you know, it's weird to think about because it's like there's so many ways this could have gone wrong. And maybe it still did, but I think we did pretty decent considering everything. Like this could have very easily ended with people just dropping the game, you know what I mean? So I think to that extent we succeeded. So yeah, it's this scene. So maybe this is just me being naive. I didn't think this was going to be the one scene of the game that everyone remembers, but sure. You know, I said before, Brelam's kind of based around some people that I knew when I was in high school, right? You know, so some experiences that I had being just young, dumb teenagers trying to, you know, make your way in the world and find yourself and blah blah blah. You know, so of course none of these people would ever actually engage in underage drinking or the use of illegal drugs, but hypothetically if they did, you know, I wanted to capture that feeling of like of being the designated driver, you know what I mean? Being the designated driver for a stupid fucking drunk 16-year-old who can't hold his liquor, you know? And to that, it's this unmistakable combination of Breloom being a little endearing, a little annoying, and a little pitiable, you know, because he's all three of those. And you know, other than that, the point of this scene is that we wanted to sell the immaturity factor of the character, you know, and it's already been established through Breloom's story that he tells that that he's not reliable. He's not a reliable Pokemon in the game, right? But just to make sure that like you understand, that's gonna get turned against you now, because the scene starts, of course, with saying, "Oh, let's get Breloom on our team so that we have an ally." And you're thinking, "Oh, of course, Breloom's so overpowered. You know, he beats up all the enemies for me. Awesome, let's get another Breloom dungeon." But you're not gonna get that because he's drunk. He's trying to spend his new drink here, and he's into it. And I'm gonna say it, Spin does an enabler. You're not the first person to say that. Jeez. So anyways, like it says, yeah, Jaguar happy music stops, correct. Idak said earlier, I mean, hey, Ray of Comedy and the whole nightmare shenanigans, maybe that's why people remember it. Yes, this whole part of the game in general, it's this scene, but of course the second half, which starts right here, this was the entire idea we had for this section, because we knew we had to bridge getting from that Skuntank scene to talking to Armaldo. How are we gonna get there? We didn't want it to just be dark, because you get fatigue. And think about what comes right after Armaldo, right? Right after that is the start of the dream sequence. So we wanted to sprinkle in the lighthearted whenever we could. Thought this was a good opportunity. So we're bringing back Ampharos. This is, like I said, we wanted a good excuse to bring back Ampharos, so we're doing it. And here we go. We got a Machoke and Mawile from Team Frontier and Explorers of Sky, and Ampharos, of course. Remember, he's on Sky Peak as well in that same Explorers of Sky chapter. It's not technically a chapter, but you know, that same sequence. This is also an easy sell because Paz Colin, who was in chat the other day, you know, I mean, this guy really likes Super Mystery Dungeon, you know. So when this idea even got brought up, he was just like, oh, not only should we do that, let me write all the characters because I know them very well. So yeah, all the Ampharos, Mawile, Machoke dialogue is, I think all of it is him. So if you like this part of the game, there you go. That's who you have to thank. I love that line. That's very on brand for Ampharos. We really had fun with the on brand Ampharos moments, that's for sure. There it is. There's the line that Adix was hyping up. So another thing that Paz Collin does is what he likes to do, and you might notice this in anything else that he's written for, just in other Sky Temple works as well. He really likes his regional dialects, right? To kind of sell the tone for a character. Really, like the same thing that I was saying about Breland. Like, he has a very, very distinct way of speaking, you know? And that's the type of stuff that Paz likes as well. And one of them was, you know, the idea of if Machoke is going to be this, this Southern U.S. dialect guy, he's going to use real Southern U.S. linguistics, even if it's not grammatically correct, you know? Even if it's not grammatically correct, that's how they speak in the fucking South. So if you're going to make a Southern character, make a Southern character, and that's what he thought. And yes, Kaint is, if you look that up, that is very like regionally localized, but that is dialect that is used in I believe it was Texas. He gave me this whole he gave me the whole lore about Kaint and where that comes from and whatever. But you know, he gave me the rundown on it, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm gonna back you on this. And about 10 million people reported that line as being a typo. Like, is he trying to say can't? Is he trying to say can't? I think that's a typo. Why is there an I there? And it got to the point where I just put in the README eventually, Kaint is not a typo. Because I got so fucking sick of people saying that. So there you go. I'm always gonna stick up for people who want to work with me and be on my team, and that's a fact. If Paz thinks it's a good idea, I think it's a good idea. Let's go. We're gonna stick with it. So, gonna sleep. Good luck with the rest. All right. Thanks for showing up, Adex. Can't argue with that. Facts. Gemini says, I love the intro to the Ludicolo dance being used for his posing. That one almost breaks the rule of the recognizable music thing. Yeah, we thought about that too, but it was like, fuck it. Totally works though. Appreciate that. I'm gonna sell some stuff. I want to hurry up so that we can get to Weavile already. That's what I really want to talk about. So let's get through this dungeon real quick. I think the way to reduce those ports would be to use Kaint more times. That's pretty passive-aggressive. I can't lie about that. Cannot lie. I can't lie about that. Actually, no. That's fine. Let me see if they're selling any more violent seeds. Weatherband. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. That's real tempting, actually. Ooh, that's real tempting, actually. Oh, damn. Oh my god, right before Weavile? Fuck. 5,000 though, that's not worth it. That's not worth it. I'll suffer through. I will get through it. Honestly, for the same price, let me just buy 3 of these. That's the same shit, basically. That's perfect. Alright. And then Violent Seed. Yep. Okay, fine, like I did. Yeah, I don't have any notes on here until after the boss, so let's just get through the dungeon. This song's such a classic, such a hood classic. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, I forgot these assholes were in here, to be honest with you, with fucking water absorb. Alright. I might be dying already. Yeah, I was... Okay, miss. Good. Good. Alright, we'll take that. This should kill. Yep. Okay, we got another one coming up. Gonna need to get lucky again. Let's go. I would say taunt, but just gotta kill these guys. Fucking Polyrath. Guy's a menace. Miss again. Hell yeah. You suck. And I'm the GOAT. I'll take her nice and easy. Probably just shoot some bubbles. Yep. Haha, he was ready. I see you, big guy. Alright. Unfortunately, I can't do that right back to him. So I'm just gonna heal myself. And, better not. Okay, you know what? I forgot about that. The little shockwave from the back. Ooh. I'll take that. There. Go, Elekid. What are you doing? Fuck. No! Okay, whatever. He's amazing. He just kills him anyways. Fine. Heracross. Whirlwind is low-key a very evil move. And that's part of the reason why I believe that was Makuhita who had that, is we are trying to, even this early in the game, we're trying to prepare you for when Lopunny starts baton passing around. You know? We're trying to kind of introduce the concepts occasionally throughout the game that are going to be featured in the bosses. Yeah. And that's one of them for sure. What was that? Blast Seed? Okay. Vacuum Wave. You're a MFer. Sure. Goodbye. Why'd I walk into him? Okay. Melt this guy. Shit. Alright, so since there isn't anything going on, or I don't have anything written down for a little bit to talk about, what was everyone's, I don't know, what's something to talk about? What was everyone's, like, favorite dungeon, or how about this, favorite boss in this game? Because I know, the one that's coming up is probably one of my favorites, I think. This one from a design perspective. So, what are we thinking? What's everyone's favorite boss in this? Damn it, Deadbot. Yeah, just gotta make sure. Gotta make sure, you know. Gotta make sure he's dead. Boss, yeah. Should have brought more orange berries, probably. I'm getting taken to the cleaners a little bit here. Do a little bit of that. Shame it stunned me IRL. Oh shit. The way to put it. I'm fucking ass. Wait, you have... Okay, yeah, I did switch you. Good, good. Easy money. Next. Next! Who's next? Definitely gotta kill you first. Come on. Oh, he's out of shit. Damn, he's out of shockwaves already. Should have probably been managing that a little bit more. Oh, he used Bide? Holy fuck. Hell no. Get out of here. I didn't even see that. Well, he can't have been using Bide because he attacked. So I don't know what he was doing. Nasty plot. Okay. So, this is where I have to make a decision because he's not going to get a special move until way later. That's not a decision then. I'm just going to relearn it at some point. Yeah, L-Kid's gonna... You know, L-Kid's gonna go down swinging here. Okay, yeah, get Hitmonchan out of there. Oh my god, are you fucking serious? Well, yeah, that's what I get. That's what I get, you know? That's what I get for not doing that as soon as I fucking bring him in. It's okay. L-Kid's actually the MVP of this team, so that's fine. Yeah, the Shockwaves are back as well. underrated. The dungeon music kind of carries the emotion for certain periods of the game. Super important in a game with big gaps between cutscenes. I agree. I think once it's something that you're looking for, it's very obvious when, like, if you were to, for example, play some games on mute, like, because for whatever reason, right? Like, maybe you want to listen to a podcast, maybe, or a video, maybe you're like in a Discord call and trying to like pay attention to that while you're playing a game. Most games will be less immersive because, duh, there's no fucking music. You know, it's everyone talks about like how good music is, but it's more like it's not just to make bangers. You know, that's a preferred objective, of course, a preferred result, I should say. But you know. I'm glad you like that because we all thought that was a winner for sure. That was a big pride point. I got a bunch of orbs too that I'm not using currently. Hitmonlee, huh? I think you're dying here. Maybe. No, not quite. How am I gonna get out of here alive? How am I gonna get out of here alive? Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's, I want to say so much more, but yes, like you said, I'm going to refrain for waiting until we get there, just to point out every little aspect of what went into that decision. But that's I mean, the short version of it, that's another one of those that keep talking about, like, we accidentally kind of lucked into having a perfect option available for us, you know? Let me see if I can get away with murder here. Oh my goodness. So easy. So easy. Oh, so easy. Alright, that's it. I'm good now. Thank you. Just breaking bricks. I still took a lot of damage after all of that. Ah, fuck me. Please tell me that other guy went away. I think he did. Oh, no, there's another one! Huh! Okay. Gemini, there are some hacks out there that go with that kind of philosophy. There's a couple of them. It's kind of, it's like a half niche thing, you know? It's like when those come up, you have the crowd that thinks it's a cool, novel idea, and then the other half is kind of like, this is way too hard and feels restricting, you know? Which is, puzzles are restricting by definition. So it's just the main thing is that you can't do very many of them, because again, there's a cap on the amount of fixed rooms that you can have in the game, and fixed rooms are shared between bosses and stuff like the Secret Bazaar as well. Yeah, for sure. I think PMD in particular, it's a kind of interesting phenomenon because a lot of people who play these games are. I'm gonna use an elixir here and eat the plain seed. How many elixirs do I have actually? Oh, damn! Do I not have any? That's not good. Looks like I'm throwing rocks. Looks like I'm throwing rocks. Looks like I'm gonna Luminous Orb, actually. That's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, hell yeah. Oh, watch this. Watch this stealth. Oh my god. Oh my god, how does he do it? Oh my god, how does he do it? How does he do it? Everyone else says that too, Jaguar, but I don't sort my bag. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's easier to just know I picked this up most recently, so it's on the 4th page. So about Kaizo shit. This community has a kind of weird thing where a lot of people who like PMD maybe don't like how PMD plays, and or they don't understand the mechanics very well, and they just kind of got through the games by just like mashing attack and carrying all reviver seeds. So it's created a dynamic where I would say there's like more pushback against Kaizo adjacent stuff than in most modding communities, I would say. Like I would say the average person is probably less tolerant of that. And it's become an interesting thing for the like hack developers as a result, because they have a situation where there's a lot of the people who are making the hacks are familiar with the stuff, right? Like some aren't, but some are. So they're having the problem of like, oh, even though this is a ROM hack and people are familiar with the game, they're not like familiar with the game. So it's like they have to figure out a way to make their challenges while having a level of accessibility, so that most people don't drop the game and they're just left with a niche within a niche within a niche within a niche of people who play their game, stuff like that. Fuck out of here. It's something that I feel like this hack has run into a bit as well. It's funny because it's you know, there's a lot of people who say that like the difficulty of this is bullshit and it's way too hard, and then you get to the, you know, the crowd of people who are making those types of hacks, and then they play it. You know, I've had people post you know, multiple paragraphs at me telling me why I don't know how to balance my game because this is a little baby game and it's too easy. And, you know, I'm hearing both of these things, sometimes literally within the same day, you know? It's I don't know. I don't want to sound like I'm complaining, but it's just a fact that, like, it's just something that all PMD hack developers are trying to deal with right now, and figure out what do people actually want, right? What does, like, the average person actually want? How do we communicate different ideas to them than just, like, very standard strategies and explosive spy and stuff like that. Man. Fuck off, bro. Just fuck off. Just fuck off and die. Just fuck off, man. Please, just fuck off. Just go away. Just go away, man. Stop dodging my fucking bullets, please. Oh my god, this game's ass! No! I can't believe this just happened. Silver Spike, that's gonna do more. Fucking... Oh my god. Bro. Yeah, now that you mention it. Okay, I do have a couple warp seeds. Those are gonna be getting used, probably. Yeah, that was a little bit of RNG. Funny business. And to that discussion earlier, I guess we're still kind of talking about it, but about difficulty. I really believe the answer is just better tutorialization. I think that I've said before, it's the #1 thing that I'm kind of annoyed that we struggled with it as much as we did. Because that is always going to be the key, you know? No matter how good an idea is in your head, if you can't convey it, then it doesn't matter. And it's just, who's going to be the one to crack? Like, how do you do a good tutorial by doing in a fucking randomly generated game, you know? And get these people on board. That's the holy grail of, you know, there's the technical holy grails and then there's the design holy grails, and I would say that is like the latter right now. Chimchar's about to die. Like, for sure. Leo Horsewar, but can't make him drink. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a bit of that going on. I'm a believer. I'm a believer. It's possible, you know, like basically any good video game that you play has good tutorials. Otherwise, you would quit in the first hour. You know what I mean? Want to save very badly, but I'm fading real quick, so I need to tap out. All right, understandable. I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, I'm probably gonna cut it soon-ish. I guess we'll see what time it is when I'm done with this dungeon. Yeah, I was hoping to go until 9, but I don't know what a good natural stopping. I'm gonna watch a VOD, save any lingering thoughts and questions. Got it. Got it. Yeah, well, appreciate it. Thanks for coming by again. Probably this, and then we're gonna do Weavile and end it on that, I'm thinking, probably. Yeah, for sure. See you later. Excellent. I kind of want to save it at this point. Why not? Yeah, this dungeon definitely has a pretty unique feel compared to the others in the game, I would say. It's a... Oh, whatever, too late now. Yeah, I guess you can punch him. Just because, like, you know, we really... I mean, it's clear what we want you to do, right? Throw spikes and throw rocks a lot. And the resource crunch is really felt everywhere else, but it's just simplifying it down to just that. Like, the hope was that we could show just how powerful throwing items really are. Like, you kind of can get away with not using anything else if you have an unlimited supply of them, which you don't for the rest of the game, really. Moving on. Clicking back on. Escape orb, escape orb, escape orb. Okay. Well, I know what we were thinking at that part. Yeah, definitely. This is one where you gotta just, like, take it deliberate, you know? Take it deliberate and just, don't rush in. Can't be that many floors, right? Probably 3. Did we start doing 5 floors here? I want that. Alright, got away with it. Okay. Let me growl just to get the backdrop there. And I'll back up. You're dead next turn, for sure. Let me just kill you. I mean, Heracross is a Giga threat, so... Okay, I got the slow, that's good. Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can do this first try. Preposterous. Got the music. I shan't let you finish that statement. Oh man, yeah. We were cracking up, like looking over this scene for the first time. I'm only speaking facts. Shit. Okay. So, fighting Ampharos. Gonna need to be real careful. I haven't died yet, and I'm kind of worried this is gonna be my first death. It definitely could be. Gonna have Elekid be my meat shield, of course. Now this is interesting because Ampharos, he pretty much just attacks, if I remember right. I don't think he has anything that I need to taunt him for. I would like to taunt Mawile, because she's the support mon, but of course she starts in the back, so that's not going to be very easy. And probably not worth it. I'd rather just hit Ampharos. So... yeah, I think I'll just Leer Scratch, and I will... I'll just hopefully get a speed down here. I do not. Damn. Sucks. I'll do that, and I'll Growl Pound. The Growl is mostly from a choke. Just because I'm a little worried about him once he comes up here. Yeah, I have to be very careful here, because I can easily die in one turn, because if Ampharos hits me with some shit, I'm taking a lot of damage. Obviously. Here's what I'm going to do, actually. I'm going to back up a tile on this turn, I think. And I'm going to let Elekid move up to go top right, I'm guessing is where he's going to go. But Choke's not going to be able to hit anyone, and we're going to get a scratch on Ampharos. That sucks. Okay, that makes it harder. That makes it harder for sure. I waited too long. I forgot he has that. Yeah, that was worth taunting him then. Okay. Yeah, I forgot he does that. That's annoying. Okay, try again. Don't swagger again. Just anything else. Okay, we're good. Swagger again would have sucked really badly. I just want the speed drop. I just want the speed drop. Fire punch. Okay, that does not a lot. I think I'm good. I don't think he's gonna die at this range. Chimchar will to Ampharos using an electric move. See? Just give me a speed drop. Or a kill, that works too. Nice. Okay. There's a static. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Ampharos has to be pretty low at this point. Switch off of that. And, yeah. Alright, sweet. Woo! Oh, Elekid lives again? How does he do it? How does he do it? How does he do it? Are you kidding me? There we go. Elegod never loses. It's true. Don't sleep on the kid. Shit. By the way, having two of them walk away and one of them staying there, does that remind you of anything? That was on purpose. Those two have incredible spunk. Do they not? Oh, ... I have a bunch of bullets for this one, so something's about to happen. So, again, back to this, like, reframing Chatot idea. You know, we kind of wait until... we think the main character is, like, at about the lowest that he is going to get in the meta-narrative before he brings up Chatot, right? Because what we thought was going to happen there is he suggests the idea here of fucking Chatot, compared to earlier in the game, it's an idea that you kind of roll your eyes at, right? So in that kind of subconsciously transfers over to you wanting to like give chat top more credence later on, or at least we thought that's what would happen. That's what we were trying to accomplish there. This conversation was deflection central. Not wrong. Not wrong. So, what I have written here is, all right. Before Grovile, what I've written about that last scene is, so back to the Darkrai thing, right? The thing to remember, about Darkrai, both Darkrai's, really, is that they desire control over the situation, right? So because of that, by extent, the antagonist Darkrai knows exactly what he has to do, what buttons he has to push to break the main character. He knows exactly what to do with the least amount of effort and the smallest amount of traces that are going to come back to him. And again, like Darkrai has not actually directly done anything at all. Like in terms of he has not met the main characters. He's directly done something to Giratina. But everything else, it's all indirect. He is just spreading ideas out into the void and letting everyone else do the work. And in my opinion, like I was saying earlier, I think that is a lot scarier than all the world buster stuff that happens near the end of the game, because that's real shit. That's real shit, and to me that makes a more compelling, if not also a more convincing, antagonist. So we wanted to just keep pushing that part of it, and make it clear that is what makes Darkrai threatening. And and I have another bullet on there about like layering on so much dramatic irony at this point in the game, which I already kind of talked about that. And yeah, we really like that for the same reason of just because all this is indirect. What Darkrai is doing, like dramatic irony, is our method of like getting you frustrated at Darkrai. Because to you, the answer is so obvious. The answer to you is so obvious. So that when Darkrai is finally going to appear, ideally, you are ready to just go at him. And I'm going to talk a little bit more later how we attempt to play off of that as well. But that's what we're leaning towards. And then the last point there is that the main character is basically saying, things are changing in a way that I don't expect, and I don't like it. It is making me uncomfortable. And I'll just... Now onto this Grovile scene. A thread that we had in the background, talked about this a little earlier as well, is Darkrai pulling the strings. The one half, you have what's happening to the main character here. The other half is what's happening to Grovile, because I'm gonna get into more later how a lot of what happens to Grovile is kind of really is kind of hidden. You have to be paying attention to pick up on some of this stuff, but you know, after all the events of the game have been revealed, we can know on a second playthrough. Darkrai knows that Grovyle time traveled, which is the same way that he knew that he was time traveling in Explorers of Sky, right? Before the events of that game. And of course, there's also someone else who is outside of Sharpedo Bluff right now, who we're going to see pretty soon. And you know, this is kind of the start of Darkrai collecting information, then getting ready to throw out some more feelers that are directed at Grovyle in the coming chapters. And another thing I have written here is Grovyle is at this point of the story especially, we kind of treat him as more of an audience surrogate than an active participant in the story. Because again, he hasn't really done anything in this game yet. He's walked around and he's monologued, and that's it. And it's easy to make that boring. So we wanted to attach a lot of these extra little tidbits that you know, kind of mysterious stuff to him specifically, just because there's not a lot of action going on with him because of the nature of the arc and everything. So, and we thought there'd be some kind of connection in that he's, you know, Grovyle, at the end of the day, he's just trying to figure out what's going on in this game, which is like everyone else, right? You're just trying to figure out what's going on in this game. It's just he has a certain attitude about it, right? Which you know, may or may not be reciprocated by the player, but still, the thought was that there'd be enough of a connection there for it to be interesting. And, you know, you got a little lore dump there. And then also, like, the fact that he just keeps going on and on and on in the scene, we wanted people to eventually get to the point of asking, this is chapter 11 at this point, and again, he hasn't done anything. So we want people to start actively asking, like, maybe at this point the Grovyle sheen from earlier in the game is kind of worn off, and we want people to start asking, what's Grovyle actually going to do in this game? Because if that thought isn't in the player's head by the time they get to the end of Grovyle's arc, then that ending completely misses, right? So we want people to start thinking along that track already in their head, like, what is he even doing in this game? And so we have to achieve that through the meta-narrative bullshit, right? Just like everything else in the game, because that's how we think of everything in the whole game, through that lens first. There's Weavile. Next morning. There's Weavile. Chatot's very surprised. Okay, so I'm not sure how many people are in chat right now, but let's get a poll. Because I know we're getting to midnight on the East Coast. Do we want to do Weavile, or do we want to cut the stream? I'm sorry, Guildmaster, but that just doesn't make any sense. But why not? I did miss that pun, yes. Correct. And why is that? Fade to black. Another character theme again. We so the "What are you, a stalker?" That's a bit that started. That's another one of these like stupid dev team jokes of like we were just working on the movement of like, you know, in this scene, where's Weavile gonna hide and how is she gonna move to show up and interrupt them and all this stuff. And then there was just one offhand comment of like, you know, when she's hiding, it's like, she looks like a stalker. And that's like, that's beautiful. Let's have the main character say that. So whatever. I think that happens a couple more times. Yeah, this is a dungeon theme. This is a Crystal Cave or Crystal Crossing. I forget which one. So it was important for us to say that right after Ampharos because again, like we're always trying to like the biggest miss we always thought throughout was like if we fall behind on the player's expectations, we stop getting credit. You know what I mean? So if we are on top of it, we know after Ampharos, that is the first thing everyone's gonna think. No, you know, no one is going to give Weavile one sliver of credit and think that there's any good intentions at all. Which, you know, may or may not play up on that once we get to the end of the dungeon there, but anyways. Then your partner thinks that she is sincere. Maybe. We're gonna have Breland by our side. A couple other things I have for there is that for Weavile I have written, I like the idea of exploring character dynamics by having these diametrically opposed pairs. We talked about this a little earlier as well. We have, you know, the player and the partner. They kind of butt heads, especially in Chapter 12 coming up soon. Of course, that's where it boils over. You have Chatot and Wigglytuff during this part. They're, you know, two opposing viewpoints. They go at it. Grovyle and Breloom. That's going to become more directly in focus later on in the game. And then we have Team Charm and Team AWD. And I think that all four of those offer something different for the story, you know? In my opinion, the game is less about any one of these four interactions, but what the four interactions kind of have in common. And really individually, like what are these common threads between all of them? Why are they all in the same game? That type of thing. But they're you know, the commonalities are totally there. So it's the same general things explored through different perspectives, quite literally. Different perspectives, different characters, different scenarios, different perspectives, with the same shit, you know? And yeah, the Team Charm Team AWD angle is kind of like one of my favorites. Yeah, Darkrai and Cresselia, yeah, of course. Yeah. Another thing I'd written there is we thought it would be interesting to, right after the Ampharos thing, follow that up with a character who is even more cold than the main character, right? Just when you thought that the main character was as edgy as it gets, here comes Weavile. But you know, Weavile's a different flavor, right? It's that she, you know, the main character is very there's a lot of drama around the main character, right? They're making like a very big deal out of like, this is so unfair, you know, and stuff along those lines at this point in the game, the loss of control. Weavile's just you know, here to just be blunt about it and say, no, it's not. It's actually not a big deal. And she's not nice about it. You know, she's you know, it's minimizing the situation, right? And what we did with Ampharos was kind of maximizing it, and then the main character goes to extrapolate, oh my god, if this happened here, then this could happen anytime we talk to anyone. Oh my god, this could happen in a million different places. We can't trust anyone. And Weavile's just like, shut the fuck up, dumbass. So, you know, and again, the primary goal of placing her perspective there is just so what just happened doesn't get tiresome, because it's already a trend 2 dungeons in a row, that type of thing. And then as we go in here, there's the more obvious thing on a second playthrough about that intro Weavile cutscene is that she is, you know, she's so obviously, and she's going to even say this at the start of the dungeon, but you know, she's so obviously evil. But of course, if you think she's evil, then you're no better than everyone else, right? And like I said, she is explicitly going to say that, and that is how she convinces both of you to come along in the dungeon. But ideally, that's something that you're thinking about even before she says that, so that when she does say it, it's more convincing to you. But the only way that you are going to think that is because of the framing of the scene and contextually where it is in the game. And in addition, it's you know, it's supposed to, by having you have that type of opinion that gets reciprocated by another character. Hopefully, that's something that kind of like fleshes out the world and you know, makes all these guys seem like they're not just NPCs, right? They do have their own active viewpoints and perspectives and all this stuff. Oh. Anyways, got another Breloom scene here. I don't have anything to say about this one because, again, kind of like I said last time, these scenes are I don't know. I was kind of surprised that this is the biggest shit that people took away, because this definitely took a lot less effort than all the scenes that I've, you know, I have like 10 bullets to go through and I'm talking for 10 minutes about all of them. This is basically just shit posting, but that's how it goes, I guess. And yes, obviously it's also building Breloom's arc that's going to really come together later in the game, but you know, primarily shitposting and getting across the ideas that I said before and just reinforcing them. By before, I mean the last Breloom scene. I'll put those away, and I guess what it looks like is we are going to start with Weavile next time. And honestly, that's good, because I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say about what happens at the end of this dungeon. So that is going to be for another time. Next stream is